Alright, time for another one. 8-4 Scars of Mirrodin. Here there's a few possible picks. Grasp of Darkness, Shatter are both nice. In terms of things that keep me more open, there's not much. I guess there's Necropede, which really is the sort of universal, like, Infect or Metalcraft, because it's good on defense. But if I'm going to go Infect, it would be Grasp of Darkness, or I can take the Shatter. Red's so overdrafted now, though. Let's go with the Grasp of Darkness. Also because I feel like artifact removal has gone slightly down on my pick list as of late. This is a pretty bad pack. Nothing. Well, I can take an Ichor Claw Mirror if I want to play Infect. And maybe I'm not going to wheel much from this pack, actually. I can take a Spell Bomb. I can take an extremely speculative Lumen Grid Drake. There's nothing I can take here that I can be reasonably confident is going to make my deck. At all. What's the most powerful if it does make my deck? Either Ichor Claw Mirror or the Lumen Grid Drake, I guess. I haven't been able to try like a black-blue sort of control-y Metalcraft. So let's do that. It's really speculative, but I think that anything in that pack was pretty speculative. I don't like going into Infect on just an Ichor Claw Mirror as my first sort of into it. It's not the strongest of signals. Like here, like there's so many Infect cards you take over these two guys. Like it could have just easily been something a rare was taken and a common. And so like if it was there's plenty of common Infect guys to take over that. So I'm gonna go with this black-blue sort of control-y Metalcraft and take the Nurok Replica. There's not much. There's a Revoke Existence is probably the stronger card, I guess, but I'll take the Replica. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. What do you take between Grasp of Darkness and Volition Reigns? They're both decent signals that I'm in the right colors. There's also Painsmith here, but obviously that's not the pick. Grasp of Darkness is probably stronger than Volition Reigns, which is weird. But in this format, I can't play blue and pass Volition Reigns, can I? Alright, I'm going to take Volition Reigns, but I think it's really close and I was probably off. Between Surtark and Perilous Mirror, I think I got to take Perilous Mirror. There's also a Sylvok Replica, but I'd rather take the one that doesn't make me want to splash, especially when I want to play Volition Reigns. I don't really want to be splashing, so it would be like instead of Grasp of Darkness. I don't think I can take Surtark here that early, because it's just terrible without Metalcraft reliably, and there's no guarantee that I'm going to be that kind of deck. There's also Darksteel Sentinel, which is nice in a control-y kind of deck, but Perilous Mirror is an early drop, and so it wins. Dispense Justice could be okay if I'm control. Since I did just pass a Grasp of Darkness, there's a Nihil Spell Bomb, which is sort of sticks with the Grasp of Darkness, and maybe Defenseless isn't good enough to think about switching colors. Sea Strider is something easily replaceable. Grind Clock is interesting, but it would need some Proliferate for it to be anywhere close to fast enough. And then you do all that work, and then they just kill it with a Shatter before it actually decks them. I'm going to take the Spell Bomb. Well, Barrage Ogre is the strongest card in this pack. Moyak Reaver is not very exciting. As seen in my last draft, Forger can be decent just as a 2-drop that threatens to be bigger later on. There's 3 green cards in this pack. Barrage Ogre is probably just stronger though. I'll take the Barrage Ogre, but so there's a liquid metal coating here to go with Barrage Ogre. Definitely, I think, better than the replica, but I think here I'm just going to take the Snapseal Glider. It's actually pretty late for a Snapseal Glider, just because it's just so it just goes in almost any deck other than Infect, and it's like there's not such a huge abundance of guys that are going to be solid in any Metalcraft deck. Like, it's an artifact and it flies when you have Metalcraft. Here I'm just happy taking another replica. Bonds, Soliton, and Culling Dice are all fine picks, but I do like the replica quite a bit. It does a good job blocking. It's pretty good versus Infect too, because it can trade, like it can eat one of them while it shrinks and then still be around to chump and bounce. And just generally a good blocker. So between black and red, I really don't know yet, but I'm pretty heavily committed to blue. Once I took Volition Reigns over a Grasp of Darkness that was pretty set in stone. Here I can take Ogre Gear Grabber, I guess. I'll take a Disperse. It's hard to fit Disperse if Metalcraft matters, but Metalcraft doesn't really matter yet. Like, Looming Drake's fine without Metalcraft, and it's a nice bonus if you have it. Glider, same thing, although ideally you want to be able to have some chance at Metalcraft. I'll take the Helion here, but I don't think either of these guys are going to get run. So I'd like something to help me decide between black and red. Something like Arc Trail or Skin Render would help that. Ooh. Precursor Golem is pretty sweet. Nothing, it's not much you could take over a Precursor Golem. And it's instant Metalcraft. You can protect it with New York replicas too. Just seeing what's going to wheel. Maybe I'll wheel this Stoke Rebuttal, that would be good. This is definitely looking like the kind of deck that can make good use of that. Well, there's definitely a case to be taking Blackleaf Cliffs here. Clone Shell is not exactly exciting yet. If I knew I was red, I would take the Panic Spellbomb. I just really don't know that I'm red yet. Blackleaf Cliffs is interesting because, like, I'm deciding between black and red, but I don't have anything splashable in either of them. So this isn't going to help me splash Barrage Ogre or Grasp of Darkness, especially when I need triple blue for the Reigns. I could just take a Horizon Spellbomb here, but I don't think I'm going to be green or have green mana. Maybe I'll just take the Clone Shell. I don't have much to dig into with it yet, but gonna take it here. It's really nothing I want. So Furnace Celebration's interesting, but I don't really have enough to go with it. I have the 2 replicas and a Barrage Ogre. And when I have so many other cards here that are decent, I could just take a Sky Eel School, which is going to be solid. I don't have anything to go with Hummingbird yet. I can take the Silver Mirror, which may actually be better. I don't have any mirrors yet. I do have some, well, I don't know if I'm going to play Cone Shell or Barrage Ogre yet. There's also a Moyak replica, but I don't really want to commit to black. That's not enough to make the decision between black or red yet for me. I'm going to take the Silver Mirror here. Now it's between the Sky Eel School and the Stoker Battle. I don't really want Galvanizer here. I have the 2 mirrors, but I have 3 3-drops there already. I think I'm wheeling a Stoic Rebuttal from that first pack, so between the 2 I'm going to take the Sky Eel School. So, man, second Furnace Celebration. Was that first one going to wheel? I don't know. It might be a little late to get in on that. So it's between Halt Order and a Flight Spellbomb. I'm not a huge fan of Halt Order. Sometimes it's ridiculous, and sometimes you have to decide whether you're going to skip your turn to maybe counter something. And it's not like if you keep mana open for a hard counter, then I'm going to take the Darksteel Sentinel here. If you keep mana open for a hard counter like rebuttal, like if they don't cast something, fine, you both skip your turn. But if you keep mana open for Halt Order, and then they play a non-artifact, you're the only one who skipped the turn. Yeah, here, I mean, Surcharge is starting to look interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm probably gonna be able to get there. There's this Palladium Mirror that would be nice to have. I gotta take the Palladium Mirror. I think it's a little bit safer. Here I'm going to take the Lumingo Drake. It's solid flyer without necessarily having Metalcraft. I think it's better than the mirror. I only need 1 more mirror tops. This is not going to be a 3 mirror deck, because I don't think I'm going to have any ways of. I don't have any equipment or anything, or no ways of. There's the Stoic Rebuttal. I'm going to gladly scoop up. There's also Flesh Allergy, but not much to sacrifice to it other than Perilous Mirror, and then maybe this blue mirror late in the game. But here, I'm just going to take Stoic Rebuttal. There's nothing here. Oh well, I almost took the Sky Eel School the first time, and this tends to happen with Sky Eel School, but I'm definitely happy to scoop them up. At this point, I could still play either black or red. Oh wow, that's a nice gift. I'm close to enough playables. There's still room for improvement in the deck, no doubt. Like Sea Strider, I'm not really happy to play main. Drawstopper, this is not the deck for him. And one of Barrage Ogre or Grasp of Darkness is